Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I invite Emily Nwako and Hazik Heyman to lead us to sing the Ghana National Anthem. And please all rise.
God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and right. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore.
Please sit. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 19th Commencement Ceremony of Ashesi University. We have all assembled here today to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2023. They have diligently pursued a 4-year degree course in various programs and have successfully completed them. They are now equipped with the necessary skills and knowledge to engage the world. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Ashesi University, the trustees, the executive team, our international partners, the faculty and administrators, staff, students, the alumni council, parents, and families who are present here, and those that are not here, I wish to congratulate you, the class of 2023, for this remarkable accomplishment. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much. I have the greatest privilege to acknowledge the presence of all of us here. Due to time, I'm not going to mention names, but I will do for one person. We have our guests, invited guests are all here. We welcome you, all the VIPs. We welcome you, the trustees, the board members, the donors, parents, families of class of 2023, the alumni, the faculty, staff, the chiefs and people of Brekusu. And here I'm going to mention, or therefore, Oten Kranchi II. He is our landlord, the chief of Brekusu. He is so passionate about Ashesi's progress, and we thank you for gracing this occasion for us. I also acknowledge the presence of current students and the press who are here. In all, I thank you, and you are welcome to this event. Thank you so much. I invite the provost of Ashesi University, Professor Angela Owusu Ansah, to give us the opening reading.
Hello, class of 2023. Hi. Congratulations. Where did time go? Yeah, it seems like it was just yesterday at your matriculation when I asked you to ask yourself these questions. Why am I here? What will I make of this experience and opportunity intellectually, morally, and socially? What will I contribute to and take from this academic community? And I also added, the next time we assemble together like this, it will be at your graduation. And here we are. Galloway sums up what I'm feeling when he says, this morning I kissed my son goodbye before his first day of kindergarten, and this afternoon he came home from 5th grade. What we experience, he said, is change and not time. Chantel, George, remember Ashesi's success first year, and now you're a computer scientist and an engineer. Elijah and Justin, I didn't know you in first year, but when I met you in 4th year, you became a valuable support to me. Thank you. Nancy and Eunice, your engineering drive make me look forward to the future. And I'm going to attempt some French here. Elvira, je suis si heureux d'avoir fait ta connaissance. Well done in thriving in our English and Ghanaian culture. Time flies. Time is the scarcest, and I just lost my thought here, just a second. Time flies. Time is the scarcest resource of the three major resources. Money is the other. Actually, money is quite plentiful. People, the third limiting resource. One can hire, though one can rarely hire enough good people. But one cannot rent, hire, buy, or otherwise obtain more time. The supply of time is totally inelastic. No matter how high the demand, the supply will not go up. There's no price for it and no marginal utility curve for it. Moreover, time is totally perishable and cannot be stored. Yesterday's time is gone forever and will never come back. Time is therefore always in exceedingly short supply. Time is totally irreplaceable. Within limits, we can substitute one resource for another. Copper for aluminum, for instance. We can substitute capital for human labor. We can use more knowledge or more brawn, but there's no substitute for time. Everything requires time. Everything takes place in time and uses up time. It's the only truly universal condition. Yet most people take for granted this unique, irreplaceable, and necessary resource. Nothing else, perhaps, distinguishes effective persons as much as their tender, loving care of time. In a psychological experiment, it was shown that people kept in a room in which they cannot see light and darkness outside rapidly lose all sense of time. Even in total darkness, most people can retain their sense of space, but not time. What I just read is an excerpt from Peter Drucker's book, The Effective Executive. Why did I read this to you on this day of your graduation? I have my reasons, but I'll let you decide which one is yours. I had to consider 3 or 4 others before choosing time. I considered intergenerational experience, something like the land you inherit from your ancestors is for you to keep for your children. I thought about talking about traditional knowledges, such as taboos on fishing. There are some days fishermen are not allowed to fish. Our ancestors traditionally knew that there was a time to leave the sea fallow so that the fish could fatten up. Then I thought about talking about increasing rate of change of time. Something like how the entire year's news in 1860 is today news of one day. Note how all of them have something to do with time. But one thing I am certain of, as I looked through the list of all of you who are graduating today, I was certain that those of you on that list made good use of your time. Well done. Now, Peter Drucker wrote this particular excerpt in 1967, over 50 years ago. He made no mention of time's ability to stop or time's ability to accelerate. As we saw time do that when a virus, 1/400th the width of a human hair, grabbed our sphere, which weighs 13 billion trillion tons, and set it spinning 10 times faster while everything was standing still. Not only is time change, but time also changes. In sum, I have a new respect for time. Respect time. Or should I say to you, continue to respect time. Class of 2023, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Provost, for giving us that nice and wonderful reading. Ladies and gentlemen, the class speaker. I invite onto the stage Christabel Otuko Kuonu Ajaoto to give her speech.
Good morning. So before I start reading the speech, I just want us to do a few reflections with the game Never Have I Ever, School Edition. So when I read it out and you can relate, you just give me a wave. So the first one, never have I ever fallen asleep in class before, online or in person. The second one, never have I ever missed a class, online or in person. You've not missed a class? The third one, never have I ever received a call from the provost's office because I didn't go to class. The next one, never have I ever asked for an extension for an assignment. Never have I ever started an assignment the day it was due. And the last one, never have I ever had the thought of giving up. Here's what I am hoping we start today's reflections with, that as we sit here today, we have all had moments of imperfection, moments when we were not our best selves. Sitting here today, however, it is important to acknowledge to ourselves that we have persisted nonetheless, growing and learning with each mistake we have made along the way. 2023 looked like forever when we arrived in 2019, but here we are, looking fantastic and beaming with pride at our new milestone, while also praying that it won't rain. But therefore, Otin Kranshin II, Nananum, the president of the university, Dr. Patrick Ewa, the other university executives, the guest speaker, Mr. Kofi Apinting, our lovely parents, family, and friends gathered here, those unavoidably absent, and the graduating class of 2023. I greet you all. My name is Christabel Kuonu Ajaoto, and I'm honored to be the voice for this exquisite class, to say the least. By the beaming smiles you see today, it is evidence that we have waited for this day for so long. The idea that it is not over until it's over is one thing that Ashesi students know well, but I believe we will all finally be able to let out that sigh of relief as we have come to the end of another milestone. Today, those of us who have had graduation TikTok sounds and draft save can use them. In case you missed it, the hashtag is Ashesi 2023. It feels like just yesterday when we got an email titled, "Welcome to the Ashesi class of 2023" from the admissions team. I didn't even know how to feel because I didn't know what to expect. I remember the very first day of class, which was an ATM calculus class. Some of us went to the calculus 1 class because it ensured that we wouldn't have to take an extra applied calculus class. But halfway through the class, Jomez managed to send Shazia, Flavin, Mabel, Chantel, Noel, I, and many others to the pre-calc 1 class where we belonged because of the things we were seeing on the board. That was our first lesson at Ashesi. There are no shortcuts. We have all cried at some point because of that hello world code from Introduction to Computing that didn't want to say hello to you too. Nonetheless, while some of us were struggling to understand programming languages, Elijah Boating was already building systems like the peer tutors booking app, the target GPA calculator, and with a team of other students, built the current voting system for the Student Council, while Ebenezer Amwa was working on an artificial intelligence framework which identifies and classifies mission messages. Courses like embedded systems had our engineers getting scores like the beginning of my phone number, 0201. Our computer scientists who took Robert Sower's Computer Organization and Architecture class, COA, we hope you have healed from the grades you got. That statistics code that did not want to knit into the Word document because One line of code had a comma that wasn't supposed to be there. We hope the comma is in a coma now. I am sure at some point throughout the 4 years, we question ourselves, like, why did I choose this course? Especially the engineering students. And I want to ask, Moko Koye Day. Through it all, we never walked alone, just like Liverpool. For many of us, coming from religious homes, Ashesi helped us deepen our faith, because heaven knows that our being here today is not by strength or by might. Can I get an amen? Amen. We were all here, ready and pumped for our first ASC week dubbed Astro World, when we received an email that campus was being closed because of a global pandemic. In a split second, everything changed, and staying indoors was our new lifestyle. I used to pray that we will not have our graduation online, like the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Sorry for the shots fired. The way the university community adjusted through the pandemic taught us that it was possible to grow and thrive even in seemingly dark times. Receiving calls and emails from the provost's office because you didn't go to class, hearing funny comments on Zoom because someone's microphone was unmuted by mistake, or trying hard to stay awake in that online leadership class. Through it all, we learned that if we held on long enough and acted with a faith, it was possible to move past difficult periods, and we could ultimately emerge stronger. Sitting here today, not wearing nose masks, and carrying gallons of hand sanitizer still feels like a dream. Coming back on campus in 2021, after a year and 5 months, helped us appreciate each other and talents even more. Our Brekusu Celine Dion, Emily, who has performed during many school events ever since the class discovered her talent. Thank you. This class has over 17 active entrepreneurs, such as Benjamin Nkansa, who owns Showbox, and the founders of Nectar, who provided us with food when we're hungry. Our own entertainment minister, Ashesi, who organized parties for us on Friday nights, now owns a bar. Michael Ofori, who sold anything and everything, from nose masks to phone accessories. Beryl Bimpong's Snapchat story. I like to call it the Brekusu Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, because it had any information you may have been looking for. If you wanted to buy polo or plantain chips, you name them, just text Beryl. To the class of 2023 footballers, thank you for teaching faculty and staff that during the semester's games, when it comes to football and scoring goals, we are the teachers. To the all-time top female goal scorer, the greatest of all times, Emmanuela Andam, a salute to you. And all those of you who took the place of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Are your parents aware of your relationships? Or you will explain to them after the program. Some people even came to Ashesi and found backbones. For those of us who didn't find backbones, let's graduate quietly with our back pains. The Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James of the class of 2023, who destroyed the basketball rims not only in this school, but at Lancaster University. Papa Kwame Ofori Asante, Harry Lamte, and Prince Yeboah, keep up the good work. We had one of the greatest coaches of all time, Sir Alex Ferguson, come in the person of Papa Kofi Baden, who won both the Ashesi Premier League and Ashesi Champions League in one season. Hashtag, if it easy, do 'em. Not forgetting the diving saves of Evans Gansa that won us the interclass trophies, not once, but twice. I would miss the most fun day of the ASC week, which is Crazy Day, especially Asida, Ayeyi, Maxwell, Chachu, and Aminorake, who gave us the Men in Black theme this year, accompanied by a TikTok video none of us expected. It wasn't until Ubora 2022 that I discovered Peaky Blinders had a branch or a franchise in Brekusu. That was into Latin codes. There is one thing that Dr. Millicent AJ said during the seniors lunch that I would like us to remember. Class of 2023, don't forget to thank whoever made this 4-year journey possible as Ashesi. When I sent the graduation bill to my dad, He said, "Mola Astanuno, this is your last chance," because I knew Daddy had already sacked his mind in January that he was done paying school fees. To our parents, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much for your provision these past 4 years. Even when times were hard, you still came through for us, and it's our turn to come through for you. Thank you to Ashesi staff and faculty for teaching us and giving us the space to learn and grow. We made many mistakes, but you often gave us permission to make more and learn from them. And to lecturers who gave us deadlines when we asked for them, you have a special place in our hearts. Thank you. Class of 2023, we have all done our best. We are graduating with skills to move forward in life and into the world. We should use every opportunity that comes your way to its maximum capacity. It is better to do something right now and be sorry that you did it than be sorry later that you didn't even try. Let us add value to ourselves. If there's something you're passionate about, please do it. Go for it. And everywhere you find yourself, make sure you leave a valuable mark there. And most importantly, let people remember you for your scholarship, leadership, and citizenship at work, at home, and wherever you may find yourself. My people, after 19 billion quizzes and 1,500 assignments, we are closing one more chapter today. So we want the whole world to know that the class of 2023 are unavailable for any form of academic work until further notice. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it.
Thank you, Christopher. That was awesome, recounting all that happened. Please, a round of applause. I am quite privileged today and very honored to invite onto the podium here the president, the founder of Ashesi University, Dr. Patrick Ewa, to give his speech.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, members of the board, Odefo Otinkranchi II, Nananum, distinguished guests, Speaker, Mr. Kofi Penting, parents, family, and friends, my incredible colleagues, and dear class of 2023, welcome to the 19th Commencement Ceremony of Ashesi University. What a joy it is to be here with you this morning, class of 2023, as we celebrate your accomplishments and the promise of what you will achieve in the world. As Christabel said, this is also a day for gratitude. Let us take a moment to thank all those whose contributions have brought you to this day, your families who have supported you throughout your lives, the faculty who guided you on your learning journey here, the administrators and support staff who made this a nurturing campus for you, and our donors and friends who stood by us as we created this place we call Ashesi University. Class of 2023, today marks the end of one chapter of your life and the beginning of a new one. All around the globe, Commencement Day is the day when speakers urge a graduating class to go out and make their impact in the world. Don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to go and save the world. All that I ask is that you do something that you will be proud of. On the day I graduated from college, I was certainly not thinking about doing grand things. I was just happy to have received a job offer before I graduated. I was slightly nervous about traveling to a new place and starting a life anew. I had very little money in my bank account, and I looked forward with anticipation to my first paycheck. If anyone had tried to talk to me about doing grand things or saving the world, I would have paid no attention to them. So why am I doing that today? I think there's perhaps a bit more going on today than there was in 1989. So you may be more open to thinking about doing grand things. The world is making amazing strides in science and technology. Humanity has reached consensus on its set of global development goals, and we are connected like never before. We are working together to address global challenges such as climate change and healthcare. And some things remain the same. The Cold War seems to be coming back. The cycles of economic booms and busts continue. And the challenge of Africa's development remains ever present. I would like to suggest to you that as you consider what to do in this next chapter of your lives, you consider the great opportunity of Africa's development. It is a significant frontier for reshaping the world as we know it, and it is worthy of your attention. Ghanaian philosopher Kwame Gyekye, in his book, The Unexamined Life, described development as a central concern of most people in Africa. Yet he pointed out that most African countries since independence have been afflicted with political corruption, and that Africa's people have been let down by their leaders. Professor Gyekye was right. After breaking the shackles of colonialism, most African countries fell into an era of poor governance, of unethical and ineffective leadership. With a few exceptions, we're still operating in that era. Emerging into a more beautiful and prosperous age will not happen by accident or merely by the passage of time. So what will it take? What will it take for us to achieve a breakthrough? In Kwame Gyekye's opinion, it will require the thought leadership of philosophers. The question, what is development, in his view, should be treated with the same weight as those questions philosophers have grappled with for millennia. What is virtue? What is truth? What is justice? Some of you may be asking, what does this have to do with me? After all, none of you today is graduating with a philosophy degree. Others of you might be asking whether development is really a project of philosophy. What about economists, engineers, lawyers, judges, doctors, educators, programmers, artists, and scientists? Obviously, the development of any society requires the engagement of many different disciplines. But I think Professor Gyekye's insight is correct. We do need people in all the various professions to be philosophical, to engage in deep conversations about what kind of society we want to build and our role in getting us there. For example, imagine what our society would look like if our most educated people came to a deeper understanding of justice, to mean not just lawfulness or equity, but also of diligence in one's work. In many African countries, including this one, some highly educated engineers have spent the last decades building roads that fail within months of completion. Have those engineers treated their society with justice? Have they done great things that they can be proud of? What might our society look and feel like if we understood development as a phenomenon of economic growth and the advancement of our people in many dimensions? The advancement of an African aesthetic in the world, in self-reliance and concern for each other, and in appreciating the beauty of nature. What if we understood that development depends on nurturing the highest levels of human virtue, beauty, truth, and justice? When I ask you to do something grand, I'm not asking that you do things beyond yourself. I'm asking that your deepest Ashesi conversations stay with you, that you continue to think and discuss with your colleagues how we might build a more perfect continent. I'm asking you to work with diligence and grace, not according to how much you're paid, but rather how much you and the society you live in are worth. I'm asking you to do things that you'll be proud of and that will outlive you. Grand does not need to be some new shiny technology. Recognize the value in the full spectrum of things that need to be built in Africa. Grand is not necessarily measured by earning the same salaries as your peers living in the global north, or even by how much attention you get for your work. Grand is bigger than that. Remember, too, that great things often come from doing smaller things in collaboration with others. I remember the first years of Ashesi when I worked with a small team of dedicated people working against all odds to build this institution. My new role as Ashesi's founder was different from the high-tech job I had left at Microsoft. I learned to do every role at Ashesi except perhaps security guard duties. I served as the receptionist on some days, answering calls and welcoming guests to campus. I helped develop budgets. I taught a leadership seminar. For years, I was a webmaster of the university. And of course, I helped formulate strategy, build a team, and secure the resources to implement our mission. Casper reminded me recently of a day when I found a pool of water on a classroom floor from a malfunctioning air conditioner, and how I left the classroom, went to get a bucket and a mop to clean the mess. My students stopped me, took the mop from me, and cleaned the floor. It was a leadership seminar, and I think that day my students learned something about leadership. It was one of many small acts towards accomplishing something grand, educating a new generation of leaders for our continent. Just yesterday, one of my colleagues told me his team members and he had noticed me often standing at a particular spot on campus, staring out into the distance, sometimes for 10 minutes. They measured 10 minutes. And they wondered what was going through my mind at those times. He asked, in those moments, are you thinking about the next thing? Do you feel proud of what you've accomplished? My answer was, sometimes I'm just taking a break. And yes, I do feel proud of what we've accomplished here together. And I'm excited about what we will yet accomplish tomorrow. This is what I wish for you, class of 2023. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Patrick. That was thought-provoking. Going down the memory lane. And I believe that we have learned something from it. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure, and I feel so honored, to introduce to you our commencement speaker. He asked me to just make it so brief. I mean, he has a very long profile. I'm not going to read that, but to invite Mr. Kofi Appleton to the podium.
Thank you. I was feeling quite good about my remarks until I realized that I had to speak after Christabel. She set the bar just too high. Christabel, I hear you have dreams of one day becoming a forensic accountant and corporate lawyer. As someone who spent over 2 decades practicing corporate law, I would hire you in a heartbeat. You are destined for great things. To President Eua, the Board of Trustees, Provost Owusu-Ansah, esteemed guests, and most importantly, the class of 2023. What a beautiful occasion. I'm honored to share this day with you. Let me begin by congratulating the class of 2023 and acknowledging all that it took for you to get here today. It must feel like just yesterday when you packed your bags, arrived on the hill, and drank from your calabashes for the very first time. And now, here you are. Take this in for a moment. Today is about you, but it also belongs to the village that helped get you here. Please join me in recognizing those who made this moment possible. Your families, your professors, your wider Ashesi community, and everyone who came from around the globe to celebrate you. I will never forget the day when a former Microsoft executive approached me with a dream. He was on a mission, in his own words, to propel an African Renaissance, to educate ethical and entrepreneurial leaders, to reimagine higher education in his homeland for future generations. There was something in the way he spoke, the passion in his voice, the clarity of his conviction that moved me. In the decades since, I have watched with great pride and admiration as President Ewua's vision comes to life. Your graduation today is further proof that when you dare to dream and begin it now, anything is possible. We all know that Ashesi is Akan for beginning. Don't worry, I will not recite everyone's favorite quote from a certain German playwright. But on a day like this, it feels fitting that we return to the spirit behind the name of this esteemed institution. Today may mark the end of your 4 years at Ashesi, but it also signals a new beginning. You have been told time and time again that Africa is home to the youngest population in the world, that it is up to your generation to tackle the continent's and the world's most pressing challenges. Challenges created, even compounded, by my generation and those long gone. But with a task so daunting, you may be wondering, what now? Trust me, I know the feeling. I remember sitting at my own commencement 42 years ago with that same sense of anticipation and unease, wondering how I could possibly meet all that was expected of me. Class of 2023, take a deep breath. I'm not here to add to whatever uneasiness you may be feeling. Instead, my hope is to share what has helped me navigate my life, what has helped me discover my bliss, and to make a positive mark in the world so that you may do the same. I would like to share 3 lessons. First, the value of your education lies far less in the credentials it bestows than in its liberatory potential to guide you towards your purpose. Second, kindness is among the most underrated and most valuable qualities that we can cultivate in ourselves. And finally, while it has become cliché, never underestimate the power of breaking free from your comfort zone. Remember, class of 2023, you are the lucky ones. You begin this journey with a head start, an Ashesi education. But true to that education you've received here, what matters isn't what, but the why it matters. You dabbled in math, science, and engineering, but also studied foreign languages, great works of literature, the visual and performing arts. That you embarked on this cross-disciplinary adventure at an African institution of learning is significant. Because you will soon realize that breadth in your education, that ability to recognize the complexity of our humanity, the contributions of people everywhere, especially as it pertains to Africa and the worldwide African diaspora. This is an incredible gift. In fact, I believe it is the surest path towards your own and our collective well-being. I know that because I was and continue to be the beneficiary of a liberatory education. Allow me to indulge in a little throwback. I was born in 1957, the year of Ghana's independence. I was just 5 years old when my parents sent me to boarding school in the United Kingdom. My early years in the UK were challenging. Many days I felt homesick, sometimes even disillusioned with school, the one thing I thought I was good at. And it certainly didn't help that I was often the lone African in my class, unless I happened to bump into my older brother or a family friend, the other two Africans at my prep school. It wasn't until the later years when I finally discovered my preferred escape. It was the one class where I reveled in my coursework and felt a rare connection to home, my literature class. I remember reading the works of Chinua Achebe and other African authors who understood Africa to be central rather than peripheral to the creation of the modern world. All I wanted to do was read more about Africa, the African diaspora, and its contributions to society. To pass the time, I'd pick up books that my brother started to leave around in the room. The autobiography of Malcolm X, Eldridge Cleaver's Soul on Ice, Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. These books were my first exposure to the struggles of Afro-descendants in the United States, in Europe, and far beyond. As I dove into these seminal works, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was the education I wanted. Not the Eurocentric textbooks of my history classes, but it was also the first time I came to understand what education meant to me. I could care less about memorizing the right answers. I cared more about the cause of righteousness, about the tradition of Malcolm X and W.E.B. Du Bois, leveraging my knowledge to make the world a better and freer place for everyone. Of course, I was young, and I did not yet understand my own power. I had expectations to meet, responsibilities to fulfill, parental wishes to respect. My mother wanted me to be a doctor. My father wanted me to take over the family business that he built from scratch. Neither of them had the opportunity to go to university, so they invested everything into their children's education, and mine was the most expensive. Needless to say, making my parents proud was very important to me. But in pursuit of their approval, I soon found myself on an uncomfortable path. I was already in my final year of the British school system and was on track to begin a biochemistry and physiology program that would eventually lead to a PhD. But at just 18 years old, and with the allure of a liberatory education front of mind, I remember thinking, me? A PhD in biochemistry? So I persuaded my parents to let me take a gap year. And then my whole world changed. By sheer chance, I met an admissions counselor from a small liberal arts college in the United States. She had an Angela Davis afro and was in Ghana to recruit students for Wesleyan University. I had my second aha moment as she spoke of another concept I had never heard of before, a liberal arts education. I was always the type of student who enjoyed a variety of subjects, and the idea of solely studying the sciences in the UK was deeply dispiriting. A liberal arts education where I could take classes in whatever interested me felt like a breath of fresh air. So I applied to Wesleyan, was accepted, and in the fall of 1977, packed my bags for Middletown, Connecticut. My education at Wesleyan gave me the foundation on which to succeed. It gave me the freedom to explore my curiosity, to pursue my passions. But when I entered law school, the legal profession, and later the nonprofit world, I would come to see how a liberal arts education set me apart. I majored in American history, but my coursework in a variety of subjects gave me the interdisciplinary foundation to evaluate everything holistically. No matter the case at my law firm, no matter the challenge we faced at the Ford Foundation, chances were high that I knew something from some class that could give me a head start. Or if I didn't, I knew the right questions to ask. Class of 2023, your Ashesi education is no different. And I want you to know that matters now more than ever. Your generation has heard endlessly about the crises we all face, of inequity, of inequality, of injustice, and of the existential threat of climate change. There is no single solution that will save us all. But I can tell you, as someone who is engaged with these issues at the highest levels of the law and philanthropy, our future depends on people who can think holistically. People who know better than to dismiss the storied past of the African continent and the worldwide African diaspora. People who recognize that our common humanity means there is far more that unites us than divides us. Our future depends on people who can code and understand great works of literature. People who know basic accounting principles and are curious about other cultures and ways of knowing. People who work hard and play hard. I'm sure you know that well, class of 2023. Now, a quality education is just one part of the equation. I studied hard. I wish I could say that was the secret to my success. But the truth is, despite all my efforts in the classroom, I would not be standing before you today with as richly fulfilling a life story to tell if it weren't for the generosity and kindness of others. Class of 2023, this is the second lesson I want to share. Kindness may be underrated, but my life has taught me that it is the single greatest virtue. Throughout my journey, and especially at Wesleyan, I had the great fortune of crossing paths with people who took a chance on me out of sheer kindness and generosity. I think of the late Lauren Joyson, that admissions counselor who persuaded me to apply to Wesleyan all those years ago, and who changed my life in ways unimaginable. I think of the late Jerry Long, an African-American professor at Wesleyan's religion department, who saw a confused freshman from Ghana wandering campus and without hesitation invited him to his house for a home-cooked meal. I think of the late Edgar Beckham, the first African-American to serve as dean of Wesleyan, and his wife Rhea, who always looked out for me, kept me well-fed, and nominated me for the Butterfield Prize, one of the highest honors bestowed to a member of Wesleyan's graduating class. And I think of Maura McLean, President Emerita of the Africa-America Institute, the organization I now lead, whose dear friendship and counsel has kept my feet on the ground with every step forward. In their own distinct ways, each of these individuals changed the trajectory of my life. But what united them, what was at the heart of every conversation, every home-cooked meal, every act of mentorship, was radical kindness. It's no coincidence that these gestures of kindness led me to the deeply fulfilling work I lead today, promoting the development of Africa through education and genuine, widespread liberation. So, class of 2023, never underestimate the power of kindness. Never underestimate the power of taking the time to share some advice, of inviting someone over for dinner, of telling someone you believe in them, because I'm living proof that just one interaction can change your life forever. Now, my friends and mentors made my time at Wesleyan special, but it certainly wasn't smooth sailing when I first arrived on campus, which leads me to the third lesson I'd like to share. Comfort is overrated. I don't think I spoke more than a dozen words during my first year at Wesleyan. I didn't understand America at all, especially socially. People were just too friendly. It certainly didn't help that I used to speak the Queen's English. Every time I opened my mouth, jaws dropped. My classmates had never seen someone with such dark skin speak with a proper English accent. I remember when I first arrived in the States, I missed my connecting flight from New York City to Hartford, Connecticut, and ended up staying with a classmate whose mother was on my flight. When school began, her mother saw me and quickly announced to everyone who had come to registration, "There he is." Suddenly, everything stopped, literally. The cars on both sides of the road, passers-by on the street. It even felt like the squirrels and birds had stopped to stare. The entire campus approached me like I was a foreign specimen, mesmerized by the African in town. They asked, "Are you really from the UK and Ghana? Could you say this word for me?" I wish I could tell you this was all a nightmare, but it actually happened. I became even quieter and more reserved. I barely participated in class. I was anxious about making friends. Suddenly, the promise of America felt a lot like my time in the UK. In retrospect, though, the discomfort of that episode was instrumental in my personal growth. It pushed me to find a community of people at Wesleyan who had similar experiences to mine, people who had their own African in town moments. My sophomore year, I found great comfort and refuge in what they called the Malcolm X House, a living space dedicated to the exploration and celebration of the African diaspora. It was a turning point for me, the ultimate intersection of everything I wanted in my undergraduate experience. Later in life, I also began to see how difficulties could be leveraged into advantages, challenges into opportunities. When I entered the legal profession, some still saw me as the African. Even after becoming a partner at my law firm, clients really thought I was the team leader. They'd address my white colleagues, but never make eye contact with me. Meanwhile, I'd sit back, listen, and observe. And when I started talking, I'd see their faces drop. Because I had so much time to read the room, I was able to offer a holistic point of view, just like in my seminars at Wesleyan. I knew how to synthesize information to move us closer to a solution. Suddenly, the African in the room was the partner who got stuff done. As you leave the hill and explore the world around you, you are bound to have moments of discomfort, of embarrassment. Don't let them get to you. Because class of 2023, I'm here to tell you, comfort is overrated. It holds you back. The most fulfilling experiences in life are born from discomfort, when you have to confront your own fears and discover your own limitations. These are the moments when you discover your hidden strengths, when you can turn your weaknesses into superpowers. So leverage the liberatory potential of your education to guide you towards your purpose. Don't underestimate the power of kindness or overestimate the power of comfort. I've shared enough advice already, but if I can leave you with one final thought, It's to never lose your sense of purpose. Class of 2023, your futures are bright. You are the privileged few who will make decisions that will move markets, transform communities, and impact the lives of millions. Along the way, there will be distractions, a fatter paycheck, more power, fame. Normally, I'd warn you to stay the course, to never lose sight of your values or your conscience. But that's not something Ashesi graduates need to worry about. I mean, this community is so ethical that you dedicate a day to breaking the rules. And only would Ashesi students break the rules by storming Dean Mahdi's office on Crazy Day with an impromptu dance party. Yes, I've seen the TikTok. What I'm really trying to say is this. I know the demanding curriculum at Ashesi has instilled an impressive work ethic in each and every one of you. You are the types of students who sweat the little details, who will stay in the lab past midnight to triple-check your data, who will spend an hour perfecting a paper or an all-nighter fixing code. In turn, you've probably had those moments when you wonder, what's it all for? If it's all really worth it. Maybe it was at the Fab Lab with that breathtaking view of the city lights. Maybe while you were waiting 3 hours for pancakes at Auntie Caro's. We've all had those moments when we can't help but think, what am I doing here? Why did I leave home for this? And yet, class of 2023, here you are today, ready to receive your degrees. You are here because for all those late nights studying, for all those weeks where you were pushed to your limits, you never lost sight of what matters. The next chapter of life isn't much different. You will have to choose those late nights in the office and in the classroom and even at home for reasons that are career-related, personal, or somewhere in between. The class of 2023, when you have those moments, remember those city lights. Remember those pancakes. Remember your Ashesi community, your professors, your classmates, your mentors who supported you, guided you, believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. And remember the purpose that fuels our collective efforts, to make the world better, freer, and fairer for all those who will come after us. I cannot wait to see all that this class will accomplish. Thank you for letting me be a small part of this very big moment. And congratulations to you all for this new beginning.
That was a great speech from a great man. And I think we can do better by giving him another round of applause. Thank you, Kofi. Thank you so much. I will now invite Samantha Randolph, the class rep, to the stage and present, and do some presentation to the commencement speaker, and also present a class gift to the president of Ashesi University.
Dear Mr. Kofi Appenting, words cannot begin to explain the immense honor it is to not only have the president of the African American Institute, but also a juggler of many boards, investment banking, but to mention a few. It is our most great pleasure to invite you to be a partaker of the Class of 2023 Commencement Ceremony with this sash of honor. Akwaba, and thank you so much for making it today. To the Class of 2023, bombastic side-eye to all those who have still not contributed to the class gifts. Throughout our time of study at Ashesi, there was one thing that was embedded in our hearts, from not only our leadership classes and orientation classes, but also our interactions with staff and faculty from all walks of life, the principle of giving back. Truly representing the Ashesi community in the outside world will be incomplete without giving back to the mother who nurtured us for 4 years and not only gave us a strong foundation, but a strong beginning also. Through the maze of ideas such as the creative room and contributing to the emergency fund, the Class of 2023 would like to contribute a total of 17,300 cedis to creating shades for the football field. As sport is enjoyed by the entire Ashesi community, we hope that this contribution would further aid in boosting and continuing the legacy of the Ashesi spirit, hence our little quota to making Ashesi's dream a reality. Class of 2023, Ayeko, thank you and God bless you.
Right. Thank you, Samantha, and thank you, Class of 2023. I know what this means. As a director in charge of facilities and development, I know what it is. You've given us something small, and then I know with time things will work out. But when you go there, please work hard and give us more, and we'll shake the place for you. Right. We have reached another stage of today's program where we're going to present awards to deserving students. And these awards are the Scholarship, Leadership, and Citizenship Awards. I will invite the President of Ashesi to present these awards, but then I will invite the Dean of Students, Dean Abdul, to read the citations.
Thank you. The Scholarship, Leadership, and Citizenship Award is given to graduates who have lived out Ashesi's core values during their time at the university. These awardees have contributed in outstanding ways to Ashesi's mission and have had a strong impact on the Ashesi community. This is the highest award a student can receive at Ashesi and is presented by the President of the university. Our first awardee's approach to duty and work has taught us all the importance of simplicity and getting the basics right. Whatever she does, she approaches it with focus, discipline, integrity, and grace. Her positive energy makes her a delight to work with, and her peers, faculty, and staff attest to how any team gets much better when she's involved. And she does all of this very quietly and effectively. This awardee initiated the Engineering Diaries series. So she and her fellow engineering students can benefit from the direct professional and personal advice of alumni, faculty, and industry practitioners. As the institutor of the Diary series, she got involved in Ashesi's 20th anniversary celebrations as a co-organizer of the engineering exhibition. Working with the Dean of Engineering, volunteers, and project leaders, they worked tirelessly to share the amazing work being done in the department with our community, donors, and families. She will subsequently establish the Ashesi Engineering Students Association, the first official grouping of Ashesi engineering students under a single banner. After volunteering with Weep Not Child Orphanage during her Leadership 4 class, this young woman started Magnificent Smiles to support disadvantaged children. The organization teaches math, science, and computer lessons to children in orphanages and mobilizes donations in cash and kind for them. And through this, over 300 children have benefited from the work of M-Smiles to date. MasterCard Scholarship Program saw in this awardee the potential to do well for herself and family. And she walked into the university and impacted the entire community. To honor her unquenching love for learning and teaching, and for her dedicated service to our community and beyond, we present this award to Nancy Maangara Imba. If we have been able to revive community spirit since reopening campus, it is in no small measure due to the work of this outstanding personality, a computer science major with interest in seemingly unrelated areas of politics and sports. Over the last year, this candidate served as Student Government Fellow of the Open Society University Network. During the period of fellowship, she served as a panelist on webinars and organized workshops for students who wanted to develop their leadership capacity. In January, she participated in Student Government Conference for Fellows in Bogota, Colombia, where she again impressed organizers with her creativity, organizational skills, and grace. Under her leadership, the Ashesi community witnessed a significant shift in sporting activities on campus. Several sports, including volleyball, netball, esports, and athletics, were introduced to serve a wider range of sports interests. Already existing sports competitions like the football and basketball leagues were energized with more excitement and increased participation. Working with a close-knit team, she strengthened sports engagement with other tertiary institutions and hosted and honored various invitations of several peer institutions for numerous games. Perhaps even more exciting, she and her team organized games between Ashesi and teams from Brekusu, helping to further nourish the already cordial relations between us and our host communities. This range of events and competition culminated in the exciting football match this past semester between students, staff, and faculty. The students versus staff faculty matches proved to be another great bonding exercise for a community that was trying to find their way back after COVID. She went on to introduce the annual Ostun Awards to recognize outstanding sports performance and Sports Gala to celebrate the sports committee and association. For her stellar example of leading with imagination, boldness, and poise, and for so strongly representing the Ashesi ideals of scholarship, leadership, and citizenship, We present this award to Pamela Leongeri. Our final awardee is an outstandingly talented and energetic student who has served this community in varied ways. Our candidate is a doer who has led from behind, one who has truly embraced this community and sought to help make it better. In academics and right from the first year, this student was a tutor at both the Writing Center and Math Centers. Countless students did better in their schoolwork because of this student tutoring work with them, assisting not just their peers but upperclassmen who were having a tough time putting their thoughts on paper or solving some complicated math equations. Many who were tutored by her always shared that she made the experience fun and delightful. She didn't mind walking you through the same concept repeatedly because she found fulfillment in serving. She was instrumental in rolling out initiatives like the Hakia Hall as the community sought to reintegrate successfully on campus. A constant feature at all meetings and events, she would offer brilliant ideas, her time and ceaseless efforts to ensure complete success. She would even go out of her way to assist one of the eateries to restart operations when campus reopened in 2021. This cafeteria became a hotspot for students and the most preferred eating and social hangout after school hours. In 2022, this awardee was one of a very selected few students to be part of highly sought after program, the Applied Methods and Research Experience, AMRE. This is an exchange program where Ashesi and College of Worcester students get the opportunity to apply classroom learning as organizational consultants, and where student participants are exposed to practical applications of their liberal arts education in a real-world setting. In her case, she consulted for Goodyear Tires, where her team used statistical tools to analyze the performance of Goodyear Tires products for aircraft. Earlier this year, she led her team to second place in the CFA Institute's Business Research Challenge and presented her research on digital financial literacy at the World Congress of Undergraduate Research. She is also a global ambassador for Open Society University Network, where she runs monthly workshops that kept students at the over 40 schools within the network informed and energized about issues affecting people of the world. This awardee is graduating today with the highest honors for demanding excellence of herself and others, for her relentless service to all, and for strongly representing the Ashesi ideals of scholarship, leadership, and citizenship. We present this award to Nana Ajua Segua Ajimai Sirbo.
Thank you, Patrick and Dinabdo. And to the recipients, Congratulations and thank you so much for doing so well. Please let's acknowledge them once again. We have reached the climax of this event, where the university will confer degrees on our graduates. To do this, I will invite the provost of Ashesi, Professor Angela Osuansa, and the president of Ashesi University, Dr. Patrick Ewa, to do this for us.
Will the graduating students of the Business Administration program of Ashesi University please rise? Will the graduating students of the Computer Science program of Ashesi University please rise? Will the graduating students of the Management Information Systems program of Ashesi University please rise? Will the graduating students of the Engineering program of Ashesi University please rise? Okay. I, Professor Angela Osuansa, Provost of Ashesi University, present to you the graduates of the college standing before you and others who are unavoidably absent and for whom I stand proxy. These graduates have followed the approved programs of study over the stipulated period, passed the required examinations, fulfilled all necessary requirements, and have thus become eligible for the academic degrees to which their studies entitle them. I pray for conferment of the degrees due them.
Thank you. By the power vested in me by the Board of Directors in the Republic of Ghana, I confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science and admit you to all the rights and privileges of the degree. Accept my congratulations.
I'd like to invite the Head of Department of Business Administration, Dr. Sena Agboja, to the stage, to the podium, to read the names of the business administration students.
Uraba Danswa Aban, magna cum laude. Congratulations. Priscilla Obo Echampong. Ayawa Elvira Agbati. Elizabeth Chineye Ejeronye, magna cum laude. Rama Amabange Nyari. Nana Ekwia Adofene. Emmanuel Adakwe, magna cum laude. Knowledge Ahaji, cum laude. Kulsum Katali Abdullahi, magna cum laude. Abang Imong Faith Timo, cum laude. Christabel Ama Agbota, magna cum laude. Sipiwe Geli Abraham, cum laude. Beryl Akosia Bempong. Kelvin Edem Agbevem. Yao Eje Intim. Felix Yunebono Afanam. Eric Kwabnatete Summa Cum Laude. Francis Ataado. Gifty Jifa Eje. Emmanuel Intidako Cum Laude. Lycia Inshira Montua Akeson. Lydia Elaine Ejiriba Johnson. Ethel Esinam Vante. Ayeyi Ajwa Domeyo Ohene Edu. Sidiatu Elizabeth Kamara. Mariam Pokuro Bana. Adebayo Adedeji Magna Cum Laude. Luther Kwame Osei Kofi. Blessing Sikache. Michael Mugisha. Selassie Lawrence Kofi Jr. Azuma, Magna Cum Laude. Zarina Esinam Kokoe Baita. Jillian Ya Sapong Ofori. Justin Jabulani Kojo Owusu Adomako. Nancy Eresi Simba Asamoah. Samuela Daniel Nyameche Mensa Cum Laude. Anita Apia. Nanekia Ewa Tremantain. Christabel Otuku Kuonu Adjuato. Chantel Ousu. Lily Kako Ampoma. Winifred Ankuma Yabwa. Caitlin Abadazi. Christelle Ifwa Asantua McCarthy, Cum Laude. Nanadra Ajiman Srebo, Summa Cum Laude. Karen Enyonam Awo Kumasa, Cum Laude. Betty Denise Na Koko Maum, Cum Laude. Yvette Abna Efriye Ejepong. Chris Jenny Adomako. Pearl Kafui Na Dede Gogo. Ekwa Efriye Boateng. Munayat Abubakar. Sewa Ekwia Amofa. Samuel Selassie Achu. Kofi Emmanuel Amoafo. Samuel Kylie Tara. Candice Dantia McCall. Miles Brown, John Prempe, Evans Gansa, Aseda Mills Robertson, Francesca Nueki Lanyo, Efwa Bentua Bentil, Chazia Baba Abaka, Blessing Janice Muisoma Derry, Leona La Kamioko, La Na Lamioko Banaman Williams, Karen Efibable, Ohene Beche Echamfo, Ida Maxine Kujo, cum laude, Maxwell Kwame Akrasi, cum laude, Jesse Selom Sroda, Gracious Anyete Soa, Elom Ahiato, Eugene Etio Sechi, Flavian Emilia Opong, Mabel Kumsen, Lianjani Ajoko Wilson Nelson, Samuel Owusumafu, Deborah Inshira Mensa, Benedicta Odofokai Nyamiye Labi, cum laude, Akosia Ampoma Asari, Abigail Esinam Adon, Angela Esinam Adonu, Nathan Kwame Jebi Bedu Baswa, Dennis Kwesi Boateng, Daphne Baba Amwabein Pari, Elsie Harriet Markoyo Emina, David Daitelawe, Nanajwa Aseye Senanu, Suzette Charlotte Zwains, Nicole Jean Aisha Ahmed, Mevi Onelia Hokponu, Sarah Lynn Ekua Mansua Donko, cum laude, Mame Amasewa in team, Anne Irabna Wobil, Mame Ya Ahenkra Anani, Elena Abna Ebuya Amoafo, Nakai Noel Kote, Adelaide Benjamin Adi, to our special awards for capstones. So we offer 3 capstones in the BA department, and we have 3 students who excelled in these 3 capstones. So I'm going to call them up for the capstone award. So for the thesis capstone, this student worked on the hedging prescription, foreign exchange risk in Ghana's farmer, Sarah Lane Donko. So Sarah Lane researched on a niche area using hedging in the pharmaceutical industry. It is very relevant for the Ghanaian economy because of the important import-dependent nature of Ghana's pharmaceutical sector. She was also able to present this paper at an undergraduate research conference in the US. Congratulations. The second is the Best BA Applied Project capstone. And this gentleman worked with his team on creating a financing solution for license buying companies in Ghana's cocoa industry, the case of GCB. Selassie Azuma. So Selassie worked diligently and led his team to address the absence of bridge financing for licensed cocoa buying companies in the Ghanaian cocoa industry. Very calm, yet very poised. Congratulations, Selassie. The third goes to the entrepreneurship capstone option. And this capstone is open to the BA, CS, and MIS majors. This award goes to a team member of the Data First Solutions, a venture which sought to create a centralized database to help health centers and educational institutions manage and take patient data effectively and efficiently. And it goes to Pamela. So Pamela was actually one of the computer science students in the entrepreneurship capstone class. Her hunger for knowledge that complements her CS education resulted in her being a pillar in her team. Her resilience was exemplary, and the quest to understand business components of the course was admirable. A very remarkable lady. Congratulations, Pamela. Thank you very much.
I'd like to invite the Head of Department for Computer Science and Information Systems, Dr. Ayoko Kosa.
Will the computer science graduating students please come up? Anuolu Akiton Naomi Doherty. Taiwo Temitayo Ogunkeye, cum laude. Chinwe Michelle Ibegbu, magna cum laude. Audrey Adra Obuobisa Daku. Emmanuel Nkunim Edu Sakodi. Excel Som Chuku magna cum laude. Lois Ama Jifa Ochi. Kelvin Ofe Enim. Elias Elikem Ifieni Jobo. Isioma Chitana Ikujuba. Emma Ido Oluwashei Upong. Nana Benin Ayeyi Jan. Kwabina Mfum Ebenezer Amwa. Fadal Ibrahim. Linda Arthur, cum laude. Idaya Seidu. George Nate Deborah. Richard Ni Atukwe Clote. Precious Abek Injek, summa cum laude. Divine Nkurunziza. Samantha Mavunga, magna cum laude. Martine Anden. Amenorakin Amen Reynolds. Stephen Elom Atipo. Papa Kwame Ofori Asante. Michael Nana Kofi Ofori. Bethel Ayodeji Abimbola. Omiebi Ibisobia Bagshaw. Bright Apia Kwabina August. Aaron Kwame Andor. Oliver Chiamba Ngong, magna cum laude. David Kwesi Kwashi, cum laude. Aaron Ni Yeboah Adom Maum. Michael Kwame Ishan. Leonette Equia Birimfa Dapa. Aurelia Valerie Mami Akosia Manko Anthony. Ayeyi Mills Robertson. Samuel Kobi Opong Pripra. Silas Sangmin, cum laude. Gideon Donko Bunsu, cum laude. Ngo Rodney Ama. Norris Anubondem Achina. Joshua Owusu Ansa, cum laude. Bradley Elikem Kwame Deku, magna cum laude. Ni Kweku Eje Aku. Prince Sefa Yeboah. Nana Yao Ofori Obiri Yeboah. Elijah Kweku Educhum Boateng, cum laude. Kasim Alhaji Ibrahim, cum laude. Eric Gaji, magna cum laude. Hassan Al-Hassan, summa cum laude. Miriam Nana Ekia Faba Ejay. Panashi Taruwinga. Dixon Etonam Ekubia. Kweku Apia Akwe. Samson Kofi Nani. Pamela Nyongeri, Vanessa Afi Bedra. And now to the graduating students of Management Information Systems. Samantha Reindorf, cum laude. Emanuela Sewa Apleku, cum laude. Era Tibwa Afram. Na Koliki Ologo Jan. Richida Pokwa Jima, cum laude. Rupafado Danai Sasirare, magna cum laude. Nicole Zoe Ofe Coranting. Linda Rita Arthur. Ishimwe Princia. Julia Marian Mami Ajwa Hudson. Nana Opomia Kwanzaa. Rodalyn Neteli Neti. Denise Imoru Ayana. Stephen Ofori. Benedicta Bannerman. Millicent Ameyao. Ernest Nanakweku Ampoma Benefo. Stephanie Monson Sieyiri. Kojo Boachi Ajiman. Kekeli Koshi Mensa, magna cum laude. Tawina Victor Chaposa. Elaine Aram Roberts. Ogechi Nwankwo. Na Lamile Dove. Edwita Na Akuye Makadi. Madok Ni Ayi Kwe. Kwame Ofori Jao. Nzumbe Cynthia Anioke, cum laude. Harry Nidodu Lante Lamte. Kwame Osei Tutu Ajiman. Bright Nelio Akisam. Shirley Elizabeth Yanchura. Nazik Araba Heyman. Nana Yao Ej Coranting. Benjamin Kofi Ampoma Nkansa. Hamed Traore. Gerald Bwedi Dakun, cum laude. Obed Yao Ajiman. Justin Emmanuel Mensa. Sedinam Naki Ajwa Ayansor. Anyasor. Catherine Delight. It's my pleasure to present capstone awards for the Department of Computer Science and Information Systems. The 2023 Best Computer Science Capstone Project in the department goes to Elijah Boating. Elijah's thesis was on face recognition under multiple constraints using an attendance management system as a case study. The Best Management Information Systems Capstone Project in the department goes to Samantha Nai Okaile Reindorf. Samantha's thesis was titled Yen Scrap, an automobile scrap auction system.
I'd like to invite Dr. Nathan Amankwa, the head of Department of Engineering.
No, it's not there. Okay, the awards. I'm looking for them. Philip Ni Utunati. Joel Kwesi Edukwatin. Papayao Eduasari. Orlando Peter Amenkojo. Gerald George Nicole Akita. Munashe Dominic Nyazenga, magna cum laude. Miriam Samuel Duke, summa cum laude. Nana Kweku Ukai Mensa. Nana Yao Ode Mills. Ebenezer Akoli. Chantel Christiana Victoria Osafo. Ngabiri Igihizo Emerance. Gabriel Maunyo Owusu. Jedediah Bueno Morty. Michelle Manuel Akwesi Adon Ambofo. George Mensa Mingila. Fauzan Sahabia Abdallah, cum laude. Daniel Atenwin Amoshi, cum laude. Akwesi Fridua Ajimani. Lemuel Ni Ubuama Adi. Karen Asari Inkansa. Claire Shaseya Makuyana. Bright Ochri. Kwajo Nyako Bedu, cum laude. Marius Nananyedu Raibero. Deborah Inya Isi Debre, magna cum laude. Kelvin Kanla Zangu. Marilyn Christine Ifua Yebuaba Apentin, magna cum laude. Emanuela Abledu Texan. That was all for computer engineering. Now, electrical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering. Nyasa Milanzi. Abubakar Isel. Wanjiru Joy Kinyanjui. Grace Mauli Uchechi Nwaha. Papa Kobna Aferi. Simbarashi Tanyiyiwa, magna cum laude. Frank Abwaje. Marshall Zweni, magna cum laude. Insenjiyumva Boniface. Daniel Aye Ofe. Jesse Seram Koku Agbenya, magna cum laude. Emanuela Andam, cum laude. Abna Kunedu Oseakoto. Jill Anias Opukwa Ahine. Nanajwa Ewutiwa Newman, magna cum laude. Insong Clement Inken Biza. Jude Watimongo. Gerald Adotete. Emanuela Fosun Ketia, cum laude. Nancy Ima Ngari Imba, cum laude. Aisha Nuhu, cum laude. Kelvin Carrington Tichana. Joseph Habna Fusu Ochre, magna cum laude. Kwajo Ansong Ano, magna cum laude. Elom Kwame Tamaklo. Emily Oluchi Nwanko. When Panga Preska Lorraine Wem. So that's electrical and electronic engineering. And now move on to mechanical engineering. Nana Eje Gambra Sampani. Chachu Agbeto. Elien Samira Usmanu. Gabriel Liras Wese Apio. Dominic Abwaje. Isaac Nilai Lai. Daniel Harold Ofoe Ahulu. Ya Afra Sewa Ochri. Ratifa Iri Genera. Malcolm Chamu Inhepera. Frida Iri Vuze Mbabazi. Edith Ochewa Yabuachi, cum laude. Ni Ayi Ayiti, magna cum laude. Beulah Boete Morti. Sylvia Ingum Fombe, Shedika Munyele Baburoni Hassan, Ruda Adolwin Abu Gragu, So now go on to the capstone awards in the engineering department, and here there are some team projects. The first one goes to the best mechanical and electrical engineering capstone team project. This goes to Emmanuel Nkatia and Dominic Abwaji. So they worked on the design and implementation of an automatic brick making machine. This automated low-cost block making machine can produce uniform and well-compacted blocks with high compressive strength, meeting the required standards of water absorption rate and weight. The next award goes to the best computer engineering capstone project. This goes to Kojo Bedu. And he worked on a hardware accelerated embedded machine learning project. Machine learning is generally a software technique to make inferences, and Kojo researched ways to make use of hardware to speed up machine learning inference processes. And he did this comparative study in 4 different ways. The next award goes to the best computer engineering and electrical and electronic engineering capstone team project. This goes to Munashe Nyazenga and Daniel Atemwina Moshi. And they worked on an automated black soldier fly farm using IoT and computer vision. They developed an automated breeding machine for managing the life cycle of the black soldier flies. These are an affordable fertilizer and animal feed for farming projects. This project addresses high farming costs and repurposes food waste. Congratulations, engineering class of 2023.
We'd like to announce the valedictorians for the class of 2023. They are Nana Ajwa Ajiman Srebo and Miriam Samuel Duke.
Right, that was great. Seeing all of you receiving your degrees. Will all our graduates now stand? And please face your parents, the invited guests, your families. And you are going to return the tassels on your cap from right to left. You are now graduates. Thank you, parents. Thank you, family members. Thank you, all the lecturers, the administrators. Thank you for all that you have done for our graduates. Thank you, the donors, the international partners, those who have given money for scholarships. We thank you so much. It's very awesome, very nice. Please turn again and then sit. You are now graduates, yes. The world awaits you. Ghana awaits you. And Africa awaits you. Go and make a difference. Now that you are graduates of Ashesi University, you have to be inducted into the alumni fraternity. I will therefore call on Abdul Isahaku, class of 2005, who is also the president of the Alumni Council, to come and induct you into the alumni fraternity. And after that, the class of 2013, those who are 10 years behind you, will make a gift or a presentation to Ashesi.
All protocols observed. Dear class of 2023, may I kindly invite you to rise. Today, you have now become part of the strong community of Ashesi graduates who continue to pursue the shared mission to be models of good leadership, lifelong scholars, and responsible citizens in various communities across Africa and beyond. To recognize this shared purpose and our commitment to our responsibility as Ashesi alumni, I invite you to join me in taking this pledge. Please repeat after me. As a graduate of Ashesi University, I acknowledge my responsibility to this community and the generations of students and alumni yet to come. In the spirit of scholarship, I will continue to pursue and share knowledge with the understanding that there is always more to learn. In the spirit of leadership, I will hold myself to Ashesi's code of ethics and integrity. Always taking responsibility for my actions and asking others to hold themselves to the same. In the spirit of citizenship, I will actively contribute my work, wisdom and wealth to this community and others beyond it. Sustaining the well-being of the Ashesi community and the continent it calls home, and the world at large. Congratulations.
Graduates, please sit. Ladies and gentlemen, Nananom, esteemed faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the incredible graduating class of 2023. I stand before you today as a representative of the class of 2013 to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. It feels like just yesterday when my own classmates and I were in your exact same shoes. On the cusp of stepping into the unknown, we too looked out onto the next stage of our lives with excitement, joy, enthusiasm. We had a fire in our bellies and a can-do attitude, and we were prepared to take on the world. I look at your faces today and I see no difference. That is why I am confident that each and every single one of you will be a success. And you will have the unwavering support of my graduating year, wishing you luck every step of the way. The class of 2013 holds a unique place in Ashesi's history. We had the best of both worlds, 2 years in Laboni and 2 years in Berkusu. We were a fun year, a diverse year, a creative year. It's worth mentioning that we played a pivotal role in the creation of the APL, and we pioneered digital campaigns for the ASC and AJC elections during our time. As I reflect on the time spent here, countless memories come rushing back. I remember our Kool-Aid fueled parties in the cave, our spirited battles on the soccer field, and our late night study sessions in the lecture halls. But beyond the memories, we forged unbreakable bonds. We formed friendships that would withstand the test of time. Friends who will stand by your side through thick and thin. We bore witness to the embryonic stages of love that eventually blossomed into lifelong partnerships. Looking at the years since our graduation, I am filled with excitement and pride. Our fellow alumni have achieved remarkable things in diverse fields such as law, finance, technology, and education. We are leading initiatives and making a profound impact. Just the other day, I spoke to a friend who is based in Côte d'Ivoire. He has decided to embrace his entrepreneurial calling and go down the route of building a fintech. Today, he has raised capital and he's already deploying into 4 Francophone West African countries. Another classmate of mine leads the FX team at his firm and trades over $220 million in Eurobonds per annum. I have a classmate who's blazing a trail in the career guidance space, touring the country and touching the lives of over 15,000 Ghanaian youth. We even have a musician who's revolutionizing the genre of Afrofusion and has generated over 600,000 plays across multiple music spectrums or platforms. These are just a few examples of the many inspiring stories within our alumni community. The solid foundation we built here at Ashesi has propelled us forward. And I'm confident, class of 2023, you will achieve more. However, it is important to acknowledge our journey was not without its struggles. We were a year that faced the disappointment of being kicked off the honor code. It was devastating for us. But that defining moment stripped away our petty concerns and focused our attention on what truly mattered. We vowed as a class to fight for what we believed in together. In the end, we graduated of the honor code, stronger
and more united than ever. That is why when I speak, or when you speak to a member of the class of 2013 about Ashesi or graduation, it is deeply personal for us. It is a testament to the transformative impact this institution has had on our lives, and that is why, as a gesture of gratitude, the class of 2013 would like to present a gift, one of many to come. We want to express our appreciation for the invaluable experiences Ashesi has provided us by contributing 63,000 Ghana cedis to the Student Scholarship Fund. Though modest in comparison to the immense value received, we hope it will give future Ashesi students the opportunity to experience the emotions we did 10 years ago that you are experiencing today. So 2023, as you go forward, there will be ups, downs, and sideways events. But no matter how dark the times or challenging the circumstances, in hindsight, you will find out that they often lay the foundation for your greatest opportunities. So embrace the challenge, for it is through these dark moments that you will grow and thrive. As you embark on your journey beyond these walls, may it be infused with resounding success, unwavering joy, and the relentless pursuit of your dreams. And remember, you are now connected to an extraordinary community of individuals who are effecting positive change in their respective spheres and are prepared to help. Thank you, congratulations, and welcome to the Ashesi alumni community.
Thank you, the Alumni Council, and also thank you, the class of 2013. A few announcements. There is an exhibition, engineering exhibition, going on at the Fab Lab. When you exit at the back, you exit again another gate on your left, you hit the junction and you turn right. The first story building, that's where it's being held. Those of you who want to go there and see what the students are doing, you can go and then look at them. Also, when we close from here, all the invited guests, the VIPs, those on the stage, will go to the King Engineering Building and to one of our rooms called the Norton Motulsky Hall. We have signs showing the directions to the place. Let's get there and do some amount of networking there. Thank you very much. Dean of Students? Dean of Students is okay. All right. But I want to use the opportunity to thank Petra, who is actually doing the sign language for us. She was actually assisted by David Kwashi, who was there first. Thank you so much for helping us to ensure that everybody who comes here or wherever they are seeing what we are doing here will understand what is happening right here. Thank you so much. The event has come to a close. Oh, but before we leave here, I've spotted our MP, Member of Parliament for the Ekwapim South constituency, and we for in the Ekwapim South constituency. So it is just right to recognize Honorable Obi Amwa. Thank you for gracing the occasion for us. Thank you so much. And before we go, I will call upon the provost of Ashesi to dissolve this assembly.
By the powers vested in me as the provost of Ashesi University, I do hereby bring to a close the formal commencement ceremony. Again, congratulations, class of 2023.
All right, may we all rise?
Hey.